we are here.
Yes, and breathless.
And yes, we are, because you see, I finally get to hold a puppy dog. You know, I hadn't gotten to hold one in forever. Brene is the one that likes to hold, and guess what she's got? A real rowdy. A
worm in hot ashes.
Yes, she does. I'm Nancy Cason. I'm your host today. Have a little gift shop downtown called the Red Ribbon across the street from the museum. Yes, Banjo, you don't seem to understand. This is my show.
Yes, really.
And co-host is Brene Beatty, who is
retired,
volunteer at large, and a real dog lover and a real doer there. So, and today we have animals. Look here at this tail, just a wag. It is so sweet.
You've got his tail to the camera, Nancy.
Well, he's got his head kind of buried here.
Okay.
But anyway, all three of our little four-legged friends that are with us today are up for adoption, and we're going to talk about who and why they're up for adoption. Yes. McMinn Regional Humane Society. Did I do that right?
You did. That's
okay,
correct.
gal, that is great.
Kim Riddle.
And that is Kim Riddle, and she is an Athenian, as I used to be. And she brought these dogs, and two of them are very calm, and Brene got the other one.
And I love it.
and she just wheeled him around. You know, last week she wheeled one around and it barked, and we had a big time with it. Yes. So Kim, tell us about what you do at the McMinn Regional Humane Society.
Well, the Humane Society is a partnership with the City of Athens, and they work together to try to promote spay and neuter above everything else.
Yay.
And if we had that under wraps, then we wouldn't even be here today.
Yeah.
But they promote spay and neuter. We also have a program for senior citizens in McMinn County. It's called Anna Mills. I mean, it's just a gamut where we just try to get everything adopted that comes through the doors, and we just do the best we can with the resources we have. And that's another thing I want to talk to you guys about.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
You've got the floor, gal. You're the guest, so you just go.
Well, thank you very much. The McMinn Regional Humane Society has two big fundraisers coming up. August the 11th is a pancake breakfast that's being hosted by Applebee's in Athens, and tickets are only $5. You come in, you get all you want, pancakes, and that $5 goes to the spay and neuter program, goes to educational incentives for the Humane Society. And the biggest fundraiser we have every year is the Fur Ball. It is a lot of fun.
Fur Ball. I love it. Fur Ball.
The Fur Ball.
That is great. Brene is going to have a fur ball here in a minute. She's just really wrestling that one. Okay, sorry. And we do digress. I'm so sorry.
No problem. No problem.
I love it. Fur ball.
The Fur Ball is awesome. It is held this year on August the 18th at the Springbrook Golf and Country Club in Nyota. And it's an evening event. It starts about 6 o'clock. We have a huge silent auction. We have a live band, which is a lot of fun.
Yes.
There's some Cleveland folks in that band. It's To and Fro. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. It's a break off from the big band Convertible.
Oh, okay.
And so you guys know Convertible is a big party band.
Yes.
And the food is fabulous. They do a great job at Springbrook, and we're just so excited. And tickets are $35 a person. And come out, have a good time. We have like I said, the silent auction, the band, cash bar. I mean, it's a nice party. And all of that money goes to the Humane Society.
That is great.
Yay.
Now, tell me where the Humane Society is located in Athens.
It is in Athens on Alfred Street. And that's kind of on the, I guess it would be the south side of Athens, just past the Justice Center.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Got it. There's a lot of new buildings at Athens since I lived there, because I've been here in Cleveland for 32 years. So a lot of new things have happened. It has changed just a little bit, you know. I went by my home in Athens not long ago, and I thought it was really big, and it's not as big as I thought it was, but I thought it was.
Used to be,
I know, but I thought it was.
You were shorter too.
And we had your sheriff, Joe Guy, here with us. Last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talking about women's rights to vote and Harry T. Burns, and I taught Joe in 2nd grade.
Wow.
Yeah, he was Joey then.
Yep, Joey Guy.
And I still call him Joey, and he kind of looks at me, but that's okay. So McMinn County is a good place, and all 3 of these want to be adopted. The one Brene has wants to be adopted right now. Call this number. I'm kidding. I wish you could call us and run over here to the station early this morning and get this dog because it really wants to be adopted. Now,
oh, he's so sweet.
He is. He's precious.
Yes.
Now, this is Duke, and you can't see much of Duke. He's
asleep.
He's real comfortable. He loves it.
It's early in the morning.
And that is Banjo. Banjo's the one that is eminently needing to be adopted.
Yes.
And sweet little Chloe over there. Can you see? She's just precious.
She is a sweetie.
She is just precious. Now, tell us about how we would go about adopting one of these dogs.
If anyone is interested in either of these 3 dogs, or we have a ton more at the shelter that are in desperate need of homes, in addition to tons of cats, beautiful cats, kittens. If anyone is interested, you can call up to the Humane Society. You can reach us at 423-649-0370, and we'll make arrangements to get you in. It's $60 for kittens and puppies, and that includes your spay and your neuter, and it's $70 for dogs. We have our own clinic, and they take care of everything.
Do you want to let Banjo go to the sideline?
No, I'm
going to wrestle this dog.
I'm going to wrestle the brown dog.
All right. So it's $60 and
for cats and kittens.
Okay.
And doggies are $70.
All right. Now, have they already been spayed and neutered when we get them?
They will be.
Okay.
You come in, you select who you want, and if all goes as it's supposed to, we should have an opening within the next day or so at the clinic. The animal goes to the clinic, it's either neutered or spayed, and then you can pick it up straight from the clinic. You go home.
Very good. When I was in college at Tennessee Westland, let me put that plug in. You know, my baseball team there won the national championship.
Yes,
Put that
I'm
plug
alumni.
Okay, good girl, me too. But I worked for a veterinarian there, Dr. Hugh Lamb, and we were the animal shelter then. And it was terrible because, I mean, we could only keep them 3 days, and then that was it. So I'm so thrilled that now Athens has an animal shelter, and something.
It's really nice. I went up there to do something.
It probably has something to do with dogs.
Well, it did, but I forgot. My memory's gone too. But anyway, it's a really nice operation there.
Thank you.
Very, very clean and clinical and professionally run.
Well,
I was real impressed with it.
Very good. So we would call and we would make an appointment and we would come look at the dogs.
Do you have a website?
Or cats.
Yep, there's a website, McMinn Regional Humane Society. You can Google that. That'll get you there. You don't have to make an appointment, but sometimes that's a good idea to call ahead, check the hours, make sure that that someone's going to be there when you're going to be in town. But there are so many animals that are there, that are available. There's purebred dogs, purebred kitties, and then all of these other ones that they're a little bit of a mix.
Heinz
and
57s,
they're
they
great.
make wonderful pets.
Fabulous dogs, fabulous cats.
Actually, you know, they say that mixed breeds have fewer health problems.
They do.
Because purebreds, they breed.
And they're not as high strung.
Right. Right.
Well, some.
Well, this little guy. Pardon me, I have just been corrected here. Banjo, really high strung.
He needs a little boy. About a 10-year-old boy.
I think he does. I really, really do. He's just precious. So, and this little sweet thing I've got in my lap, this is just the most adorable thing. And whatever makeup Brene put on this morning is now gone. It's gone. Banjo has licked it all off, and that's okay. But now let's get back. We digressed again. Let's get back to these precious things that need a home. Okay. Now, Chloe is probably part Chihuahua.
She is, and she actually has a really, really neat story. Someone dropped her at the shelter with a note and her bed and some toys, and just explained that they couldn't keep her. And they wrote a story about her, said all of her likes and dislikes. She loves to be cuddled, she loves to be walked, she loves someone to play with her, and they asked for us to please try to get her a home. And so we're here. And Chloe needs a home.
Look, she is the sweetest little thing.
What were some of the dislikes that they listed?
Really, they didn't list a lot of dislikes. They kind of focused on likes. But she's gotten along well with other dogs. She seems to love women. She hasn't been around any men yet, so we don't know how she'll do with guys.
What about cats? Do we know how she does it with
cats? We don't. You know, I think they said that she liked cats.
Okay, good.
But I think anything can adapt if you give it enough time.
Right.
Be it to a cat or
Or
to
a
your
child.
husband or to a child or whoever.
Yeah.
Give it
You
a little
just-
time. It'll work
Right,
out.
and then we're getting
introduce
close
them
to
slowly.
needing to go to commercial time, but Banjo then is, you've seen him. I mean,
He's great.
what can I say?
He's
He's
great.
the
wonderful.
most
He's
wonderful
wonderful.
puppy. Look
And
at that
Duke-
tail. It hadn't stopped.
It has not stopped. And Duke, you cannot tell anything about except he's brindle, he's beautiful, he's a sweet
He
thing.
looks like a teeny tiny shepherd, doesn't he?
He has
does.
a little
Coloring,
shepherd, but
yeah.
a little, I don't know what he is, but
Yeah.
anyway, he's just wonderful. Okay.
And laid back.
Now, give us that phone number again.
Yes.
It is 423-649-0370.
And all you have to do is call and go by there, and this is the most precious thing that I'm holding right here, just
I know.
absolutely wonderful.
Mine's the most precious.
Yeah, yours is the most stubborn. Yeah, and he knows we're talking about him. His little tail's wagging, and he's just having the best old time. And
look
a
at
real hand.
Chloe.
And
Chloe.
Chloe is
There.
just, that is the
She's
sweetest little thing, and
precious.
she's so pretty. She's
She's a
blonde.
sweetie.
And
Yes.
with pretty little markings on her. So folks, give them a call up there at
Yes.
the Athens Regional Animal Shelter, and let's find homes for these 3 precious little things that we have. Now, are y'all a no-kill shelter?
I wish I could say we were.
Okay, I'm sorry I even asked that question.
We're
then.
working toward
Okay,
that.
good.
Yeah.
That's
But
very good.
if we have enough adoptions, then we can get there.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And if enough spade and neuter.
Enough and spay and neuter. I
That's-
mean,
that's
we
right.
can't
That's
we
key.
can't say that enough.
Right.
Yes.
Spay and neuter. Even if it doesn't come from our shelter, it can still come through the clinic.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming from
Yes.
Athens down here.
Thank
and
you.
Bringing your
Precious.
little friends this early in the morning, and we really do appreciate it. Folks, we'll be right back with our next guest, so do not go away.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Bradley County is home to a community of resilient, compassionate families who want the best for each other. The tragedies of the April 27, 2011 tornadoes brought our community together to bring aid to the hurting and helpless. It is time to come together once more. The Bradley County school system is underfunded, and our future leaders are receiving their education in substandard learning environments. On August 2nd, you will have an opportunity to further impact our great community by voting for the wheel tax. A vote for the wheel tax will not only rebuild Blue Springs Elementary School, but it will provide a new facility that is engineered to meet the demands that technology places on the infrastructure. The overcrowded Walker Valley High School students and teachers will have much needed space and be able to use academic rooms for their intended purposes. The students and teachers of Lake Forest Middle School will no longer endure the hazardous conditions caused by the elements of nature and deteriorating classroom buildings. British philosopher Herbert Spencer stated, "The great aim of education is not knowledge, but action." Would you take action in the name of education and vote yes for the wheel tax? A vote for the wheel tax is a vote for the children and the future of Bradley County.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat-screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
And we are back, and if you notice, things are a little bit calmer.
I'm exhausted. If y'all don't say anything or if I doze off, y'all just forgive me.
I just love it. I mean, she wrestled that dog for a good 15 minutes. I think it's wonderful.
He is so cute.
He is cute. All 3 of those dogs were really cute. So, McMinn
Go
Regional
adopt.
Animal Shelter, get yourself up there to Athens sometime today and adopt one of those dogs.
Yes.
They're just precious. Erin Medley
Yes.
is the park ranger
Yes,
at
ma'am.
Red Clay State Park.
I
And,
am.
you know, it's wonderful. I mean, we are really privileged here in Bradley County to have Red Clay.
Yes, yes, it is a beautiful park, and I was born and raised here in Cleveland, so I have lots of memories. Yeah, so I have lots of memories with it as well, just growing up. But it's an honor to actually get to work there as a ranger, so I love it.
Now, I may be going to put you on the spot, and I'm going to try not to, but how many actual state parks are there in Tennessee?
There's 54.
54.
Yes.
So, and there's 90-something counties.
Yeah, 96,
90
I
something
think.
like
Yeah.
that. So, see, folks, half of the state
Yes.
of Tennessee does not have a state park, and we do with Red Clay.
Yes, we do.
And it is wonderful. Now, we laughed about this before Erin came on. She said, I'm not sure we can talk for 15 minutes. I said, we will give directions to Red Clay, and that may take 15 minutes.
I know that's right.
Okay, tell us, in case there's anybody out there that does not know how to get to Red Clay State Park, tell us how to do
Or
it.
has been there and can't get back.
Okay, good. That's right.
Right. If you are
Easy way.
right, if you're coming from Chattanooga, probably the best way to get there is go through Collegedale, follow 317 west, and that, or excuse me, east, 317 east, and that will get you there to the park. You just follow the signs.
Oh, that's simple.
It is. It is pretty simple.
But we're not coming from
I know it.
Chattanooga.
I may go to Chattanooga and do that.
Right. Now, if you're coming from Cleveland, you can go down Dalton Pike or Highway 60, and there will be a sign about 10 miles down Highway 60 for 317, and you're going to turn right on 317 and follow the signs from there to Red Clay State Park. You can also get there from Blue Springs Road, and
It's a little more.
it's a little more, yeah, you got more turns and stuff like that. But again, there is signage to help you get there if you go down Blue Springs.
See, that's what's wonderful, because you are a state park, so we're going to have state highway signs up
Yes.
that give you directions.
Most of the time.
Yeah, I know, because sometimes the mowers get them.
Right, and
Sometimes people take them.
well, we have had some signage issues, but we're working on that, so hopefully they've completed that.
Very good. Now, Red Clay State Park is important because it was the
council grounds for the Cherokee Nation just before the Trail of Tears, from like 1832 to 1838. And the Cherokee Nation actually had 11 council meetings while they were there. And actually, we kind of consider it the start of the Trail of Tears, because the Cherokee were there when they found out that they were going to be forced from their homes. It's a very significant place to the Cherokee, and if you've ever been there, you know that we have, the Visitor Center, where we do show an 8-minute video on the history of the park, and we have a museum in there. We have paved hiking trails, about a half a mile of those, with some replica structures showing you a Cherokee farmhouse, a barn, and a corn crib, kind of what a typical middle-class Cherokee family looked like during the 1830s. We also have the council house, which is the structure that they would have held their council meetings in, and then some sleeping huts, which are the little cabins if you've ever been there. Those were like little mini motels. The Cherokee would charge people to come and stay.
How neat.
Yeah.
That is so
cool.
neat.
Yeah.
Now, when I taught school at Calhoun, I did take every year, I took a busload down to Red Clay.
Nice,
And the
okay.
kids loved it. And one thing I never mastered, of course I only did it like once a year, was that blow dart thing.
The blowgun, yes, ma'am.
Holy smoke.
Yeah.
And they use those for small, like rabbits and...
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Yes, for the small game. Yeah.
Well, my dart never went much farther than a foot away from my foot, so I thought, well, I'd have to be standing on top of the rabbit. But it's such a wonderful educational place to take.
It is. I mean, we have all the local schools that come there to meet some of their criteria for school, because I'm sure there's like a Native American component that they have to learn about, and so we kind of fulfill that. We give park tours and we do the blowgun demonstrations and let the kids shoot the blowguns, and they absolutely love it.
Yeah, my kids did better than I did. I was really pitiful, really pitiful.
There's definitely a learning curve to it.
Now,
for sure.
we have, and one reason I wanted Erin on today is because Friday and Saturday,
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
we're going to have Cherokee Days
Yes.
at Red Clay. And folks, this is exciting. And
Yes.
if you've never been, you need to go. So tell us all about it.
Yeah, this is actually the 30th annual Cherokee Days of Recognition.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
I
been.
didn't realize that.
Yes, it was started in I believe it was '82 by the Crow family, Alva Crow and his family, and this will be the final year actually.
You're not going to do it anymore?
No, ma'am, and the reason is because we are going to try to maybe go in a different direction, because we've kind of done the same thing for, you know, over the years, and it's kind of, we just need to do something different.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to go in like the living history direction, kind of like they do up at Fort Loudon. They have like the trade show, and they live the whole weekend as that time period.
That's cool. I've been up there too. Yeah.
Yes,
I like
ma'am.
that.
So I think we're going to kind of go and just do all Cherokee, just of the 1830s. So we're going to try to do something
Okay,
like
so
that.
now this is another reason that you just
need to
really
go
have
this
to be there
weekend.
this weekend, because this is the final time for Cherokee Days as they have been for 30 years.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, is there a fee for people to come into the state park?
Not on, for this event, yes, there is a $5 per car donation charge.
Oh my
But
goodness, $5 per car.
Yeah, so you can, I mean, you can make a clown car, you know, just
Right.
put people in the trunk, you know, and come on in. And
Like we used to do at the
I
drive-in.
started saying,
right.
we used to do that as a
I'm sure some of y'all remember that.
Okay, yes. But, okay, so we have a $5 car fee, and then that's it.
That's
then we
it.
come in.
Yeah.
And
But you have artisans that have like jewelry. and
Yes,
things
yes.
to
If you want
sell.
to, if you want to buy
And
like,
food.
yes, ma'am. We have the corn crib, which they do roasted corn, and they're going to have some barbecue. Then we have the Pat Calhoun
Cherokee barbecue.
Yeah. Well, they're actually not Cherokee, but the
We'll call it that.
We'll call it that. There we go. But we will have the Calhouns there, and they will be doing Cherokee fry bread, which is you know, something traditional that they would have done. And so we will have that, and they put like beans and meat and all that kind of good stuff. Or you can even get a sweet one, like a dessert one with honey and all the other stuff.
that'd be
on
what
it.
I like.
Me too.
So
Like that sugar.
yes, yes,
Honey,
yes, ma'am.
whatever.
Now, this is, we digress, but
Always.
It's okay.
a friend of mine, Joe Day, just donated some
Yes.
artifacts to you all, which I don't think it was some artifacts. I think it was
Yes.
quite a bit of
Yes.
artifacts that her husband Conrad had collected over all these years. So there was an article in the paper about it. So
Yes.
do you all have room?
Well,
for that?
we've made room. I'll
Good,
just say that.
good, okay.
We had a couple of display cases that we had donated, which we take donations, which is awesome. Things like that, you know, to help us with
That
displays.
was an awesome
It
collection.
was.
they
It was, and it's still in progress. We're hopefully going to have it done by this weekend, so everybody can come in and see it.
Good.
Yes, and we really appreciate her doing that for us.
Now, my husband's into this Indian phase right now. I don't know why, what he wants, Neolithic, Paleolithic, that's where he wants to be right now.
Okay.
And, you know, it's driving me crazy. But anyway, that's okay. And so we were watching something on TV the other day that said the Cherokees never used tents. I mean, they might use tents on a camping trip, but they were log
were
home
one of
builders.
the
I mean,
first
wooden
ones.
home
Right.
builders.
Yes,
Okay,
they
yeah.
were. They did not use teepees. No, that's the Plains Indians.
Right.
Because they were smart enough to sustain life where they were. They built their homes, and they had gardens, and they were very good hunters. And of course, you know, we had an abundance of deer and everything that they could live off of. But you know, and they would have gardens. You know, corn, beans, and squash. That's basically what they would grow. I don't know if you guys have heard of like a Three Sisters garden, but we have one of those. Because of the rain and stuff,
Well, yes,
it's pitiful.
we understand. Yes.
But we would have had one.
Right, we're all having that problem, yes.
Right. So, you know, they grow the corn, and then the beans grow up the corn stalks, and then the squash kind of, you know, they have the big leaves, and it acts as a mulch, a natural mulch for that. So,
You know, we might try that at my house next year
Yeah.
if we can keep the deer. See, we live on the Hiwassee River on Candy's Creek.
Okay.
And we have there's a burial ground up on the back side of our property, and Native American, and it's listed in Tribes That Slumber. And so the deer that the Indians did not take off my property are still there. And so are the rabbits, and so are all these other animals that I really wish the Indians would come back and get some of these things y'all left behind, please. But anyway, this is exciting about Cherokee Days, because
Yes.
I think a lot of times people in Cleveland, Brady County take you all for granted.
yes.
You're there.
Yeah, exactly. They really do. It's not so much the locals, it's a lot of people from Georgia and,
Right.
and really all over the world. I mean, we've had, from everywhere, Scotland, we've had, you know, England, Germany. I mean, we've had a lot of people, you know, just all over the world come in. So it's been really interesting working there.
Well, I know the Chamber of Commerce promotes you all a lot.
Yes, I love those guys.
And,
Melissa Liddy, I love,
great.
love her. Yes.
Because, and they even have the trail, you know, so that people can figure out where they're supposed to go and how they're supposed to
Right.
get to Red Clay and what all they're supposed to do. But now, if I just walked in off the street and it's not Cherokee Days, then there's a guide there that can point out things to me and do?
Sure, yeah. First thing you would want to do is probably come to the visitor center. That's where all the information is. You know, you can get the brochures, park maps, and that sort of thing. And then, of course, like I said before, the 8-minute video kind of gives you a history of the park and kind of gets you started. And then we have the museum that you can walk around. And any questions, you know, we have a secretary there, or me or my park manager will be there to help you. You know, if you call ahead of time, we'll be glad to give you tours. Just as long as you give us a heads up on that, and we'll give you a tour of the park. And if you've got kids, you know, you want to bring them down for the weekend, let us know. We'll be glad to set up the blowgun, the target, and we'll teach them all about that. And it's all free. Everything's free. So.
And be sure and pack a picnic basket.
Yes.
It's beautiful for picnics.
It
yeah,
is.
used to take my grandson down there all the time. We just walk around.
Right.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
And it's so educational.
It is.
And, you know, school groups, church groups.
You could. He would love that.
Oh, yeah, take Banjo down there, and let him loose and see what happens. Yes, but, okay, now if they want to call you, what's the number at Red Clay?
The number is 423-478-0339. So. And
I know you have a website because I checked it the other day.
Yes, ma'am.
And that is?
That is www.tn.gov/Red Clay. Probably will get you there, or you can go to type in Tennessee State Parks /Red Clay, and that'll get you. And you know, we've got our schedule of events and all that on the website.
So we want to be sure that you all are aware. Friday and Saturday. Why do I keep saying, want to say Sunday? It's Friday and Saturday.
It's Saturday, Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday. That's
yes,
why I want to say
you want to say it.
Okay, and the times are?
It starts at 10 both days and ends at 5 both days. So.
Great, great. Erin, thank you so much for coming and talking to us. We need to have you back when you all decide how you're going to move from this to that. I'll holler at you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Wonderful. Folks, don't go away, and you know about Red Clay now, and if you didn't, shame on you. Yes. And we'll be right back, and we're going to talk about beer. Yes, beer. So don't go away.
Yeah.
Good beer.
Hello, I'm Robert Thompson. I'm a partner here at the law firm of Logan Thompson, and I've been practicing law for about 25 years. I focus primarily on complex litigation cases involving serious personal injury. To establish liability, it's important that we thoroughly investigate your case. And we're fortunate here at Logan Thompson to have a full-time investigator on staff. And once we establish liability, next we turn to the issue of damages. Under Tennessee law, you're entitled to be compensated for 5 elements of damages. The first is property damage, and then your medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering, and loss of enjoyment of life. If you or a family member have been injured in an automobile accident and would like to sit down and discuss with us what you're entitled to, please give us a call at your convenience. There's no charge for the initial consultation. I'm Robert Thompson with the law firm Logan Thompson, and we'd be honored to help you.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
we are back. We're doing what we normally do, and I'm sorry, all of our advertisers. We do watch the first section of commercials, and then we talk through the rest of them. And I'm so sorry, but you know we like to meet our guests because sometimes we have people we've never met before. That's not the case today.
Or sometimes we have people we need to catch up with.
That's right, we need to catch up. And we're so thrilled to have Van Deeken with us.
Yes, we are.
And I will tell you, he's a brewer.
And he's
Great to have you with us, Van, and tell us why you were here today, and then we'll elaborate on it a little bit.
Coercion. No, my pleasure to be with you this morning. I'm here because the museum, Center at 5 Points, is having a beer festival to introduce those in the community who might not know anything about beer. And of course, that might be a very small percentage of the population.
The 2 or 3 that don't know. Yes, okay.
But on Saturday evening from 4 until 8 p.m., we're going to have a beer festival. We call it a brouhaha because it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have about, at last count, 2 hours ago, we're going to have about 85 beers available, different separate labels that are available. And some of those will be craft brewers like me and others who...
he makes beer in his...
In the temple.
Office.
In the temple.
In the
temple. Now see, you all are craft beer.
That's what it is. It's a craft beer because we're small and you know, some of us do 5 gallons, 10 gallons at a time, and some do maybe even a barrel, 30, 35 gallons.
I have a question here. Okay.
Now, let me just, I'm holding up the poster right here. Save the date. And it is this weekend. It is August the 4th. Coming right up, Saturday, August the 4th, and in a few minutes, Van's going to tell us a little bit about tickets, et cetera, et cetera. But go ahead now, you had a question.
Right across the street from,
right across the street from
Red Ribbon.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. I have a question. Okay, now I know revenuers go after moonshiners, so is
a lot of people go after moonshine.
I know that, but I mean, so how is making beer in the temple behind your house different from making moonshine in the woods? Just could you...
Well, beer is actually the first step in the process.
Oh, really?
You have absolutely the most fascinating little critter that converts sugar into carbon dioxide and pure grain alcohol.
Oh.
It does that by eating sugar, and the little yeast is the real key to making it. And of course, you have the important ingredient, which is water.
Yeah.
And depending upon its acidity or alkalinity, it changes the flavor of the finished product. You have the yeast, which might be there are hundreds of different varieties now. When I was a kid, there was only baker's yeast and for making bread. And then there was a little one that had the blue and the gold. And
they're talking cooking
but anyway,
that I know nothing about. Nothing. Okay.
Yeah, and back then there was only that can of red top malt syrup. Yeah. So, but those are the staples of homebrewers in the 50s and 60s.
Well, I love the fact that you're called a craft brewer, not a hobby brewer, but a craft brewer.
It is a craft. It's more than just home brewing in the sense that, well, I'm going to go out and throw some water and yeast and malt and maybe even a few hops into the mix, and 2 weeks later come out with a beer. But there are all kinds of different beers. There are different styles of beers. Depending upon the type of yeast you use, you can have what's known as an ale, which is a top fermenting beer, which typically ferments at 68 to 70, 74 degrees. Some of those would be, for instance, the ales, the American, the British ale, or your pale ales, which are just, that's a color.
Right.
And you might have an India Pale Ale, which is a really hopped up ale. On the other side, in hops, and that's what this is. It's the scientific name is Humulus lupulus, and
Humulus lupulus.
This is a very small one. I cut that off before I came over this morning.
So you grow your own hops?
Yeah, well, I've been experimenting with it for the last 3 years. And
do a lot of craft brewers grow their
own?
Some. Okay.
we're really not an ideal circumstance for growing them, but but yeah, it's interesting to see what grows and what doesn't grow. Of course, the major regions are north central United States, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois,
too hot.
And then out to Oregon and Washington State.
Now, you were telling us that's one of the things we were discussing before we went to commercial. Those, how much longer before those little hops?
Oh, these are just very young and just barely maturing. This is actually a flower and it's got petals on it. And if you really want to taste one, you can taste that. There's a little golden yellow powder down at the very bottom. And that's the humulone. And you can add that. But you taste bitterness on the very back of your tongue. And that's what hops add to it. Up until the 80s, I couldn't find hops because we didn't live in a hop growing region and it wasn't something that you could just go down to the grocery store and buy.
Well, of course not.
But you taste those hops on the very back edge of your tongue.
Yeah.
Your sourness on the sides, and then saltiness on the front sides, and then sweetness on the tip of your tongue.
You could tell?
I didn't get any sweetness out of that, did you?
No, you won't get that.
No. So, now that's right. Whoa. So, now, let's talk about brouhaha, because we want everybody to be sure they know about this. It's Saturday.
Saturday afternoon, beginning at 4 o'clock. We've got some great sponsors at the Museum Center. This is a fundraiser, which we hope to make into an annual or maybe even more often than once a year. But Tarver Brewing is our prime sponsor, and we also have...
surprise.
You know, Ross is so wonderful.
He is.
So wonderful.
And of course, you've got Blair and Chase Carter.
Chase Carter. I love them. Love them to death. They are so super
we've got
also.
a couple of other good ones. We've got Vision Hospitality, an old friend of mine, Ish Patel, and they're providing accommodations for out-of-town guests.
Oh, how neat.
We have... Cook's Food Store, which is a fantastic place to go looking for some of the more exotic beers.
Oh, okay. Yes, not the craft beers, but the actual.
Well, you'll find a craft beer too, and that's one of the neat things. You know, there are over 300 craft beers now in the United States, and we're going to have about 80 different beers, most of which are going to be in the craft beer category.
Wow.
And that has to do. I guess it's a taxation thing where depending upon the barrels, the number of barrels, hundreds of thousands of barrels you make a year or more or less, you are taxed. As a home brewer, a craft brewer that does it at home, I can make up to 300 gallons a year. And of course, you want to look. You want to make sure. You want to make sure you've got plenty of family members hanging around too.
I would say so. Yes.
But typically, you'll make a 5-gallon or a 10-gallon batch, and you might do extraction brewing, which means that you've extracted the sugar from the grain, and you either mix it in a liquid form, a syrup, or a dry form with the water and the hops and the yeast in the process. Or you might do an all-grain type of brewing where you buy 55 gallons or whatever amount of grain that you want, and you can buy specialty grains. You crush it and mix it with the water, sparge the sugar content out of that into your boil kettle, and start the boil and add the flavoring hops or the aromatic hops.
This is an art.
It is.
That we're talking about.
It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
It's an art.
You can always kick back and have a sarsaparilla or whatever you prefer.
There you go. And reap the benefits of what you've produced. Now, we're going to start at 4 o'clock Saturday. Now, there's several different ticket price levels.
You do.
Which I love.
We thought
I think it's great.
A couple of things are important. Most of the time, we don't cater to my age group, and when you really need a place to go sit in the shade with some air conditioning and maybe be able to nosh at a buffet and maybe have a specialty beer or something in the shade, in the cool, watching the Olympics or whatever it might be.
Absolutely.
And that's a $40 ticket. And listen, don't complain, folks. This is a fundraiser for something
Absolutely.
that is so critically important in our
yes.
community. But the average ticket is a $30 ticket. You must be 21 years old to get in. We'll check you and we'll give you a bracelet that you can wear until you get obnoxious or until it's over. But, you know, and then we also have, for those who don't really care for beer and you want to drink water.
Those few.
The
we
one or
have
two
what's-
of you that will be
We
there.
have a designated driver ticket, which is $10.
I think that's wonderful.
I
though.
do too, yeah.
But the neat thing about it is we've got some good music. We're going to have brews and blues. We're going to have the Cleveland Jazz Band opening up things about 4, and it's probably going to be sweltering. And so, but we'll have them. We've got I'm going to lose it here real quick.
Well, I will say,
I did. I lost it. It was there.
Try to gather it back up while I say Don Bendrum was on with us last week talking about the Greater Cleveland community bands that have been invited to Gettysburg.
And we've got the Ballinger family
yes.
group is going to be
Yes.
there. And then Secondhand Smoke is our other group. And they're all, some of it's Americana, some of it's going to be typical mountain music like I grew up with in southeast Kentucky, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. And so we invite everyone.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a member of the museum. We would like for you to.
You can join
Because
while you're there.
That's exactly right.
it
We'll
is-
sign you up while you're there.
It is just, it's a wonderful opportunity, and we have been working to renew our vision and worked on a strategic plan to deal with the vagaries of the economy as we've all experienced over the last few years.
Yes, we have.
But we've got a wonderful staff.
Yes,
We've
you
got,
do.
We've got some, you know, Carolyn Jackson's done a great job with our volunteer program.
she has. She has.
We just had a wonderful art exhibit and
Yes, you did.
and our Vanishing Appalachian exhibit. And so we invite everyone to come down and learn about the educational programs. We've had numerous art camps this summer for children. And our exhibits, we have several paintings that have been given to the museum by Alan Jones and are just fantastic. And help us renew the vision and develop the kind of exhibits that people want to see, not just once and you close the door and forget about it.
Right.
But you come back and you say, wow, this is really cool. This is part of our heritage.
Now,
And the things that they have in the gift shop too.
Oh,
They're
the
not
gift shop.
gift shops.
Oh,
You
the
can-
gift
Tracy O'Connell, we
Yes.
have got the finest gift,
Yes.
I'll just say this right now, we've got the finest gift shop that I've ever been in. If you look at all of the crafts and the skill set necessary to do some of
these are
those
artisans.
things, whether
they
it's
are.
a wood turning or it's cutting and polishing stones, or the
Jewelry,
photographic, my gosh,
yeah.
we've got some of the most fantastic
books.
photography.
The
And then
books
the
written by
books,
local.
the Myra
Little
Inman
art.
book,
and
The
I
Struggle
actually have
in...
that necklace
Yes.
that Tracy had on last week.
Yes.
My husband bought that for me Friday night at the.
Is that
at
right?
the
Oh, that's
yes,
wonderful.
I know it.
He
I
got
love
tired
it.
of hearing
But you
that.
know, we couldn't have done any of this if it hadn't been for that staff down there.
I know, they are great.
They are.
And Ken Cagle has just done a wonderful job as our
Oh, he's
operations manager.
And
And if
y'all
you
are
need
wonderful
an
neighbors.
event,
Yes.
venue,
So
you can
so
call 'em.
Saturday from 4 to 8, the plush tickets are 40.
Well, we just put 8 on there so some
I
people could
understand.
leave and go home early.
Then general admission is 30, and the designated driver is 10. And the museumcenter.org, is that what they need to do if they?
Yeah, you can go there and or you can
they
stop,
sell
or
them
you
at
can
the
buy
door?
your ticket at the door. Although
Okay.
it's going to be a little difficult for us
Yeah.
to plan for that, but
right.
we're hoping to be able to accommodate
you're
those
flexible.
that want to
You
join
had
us.
68 RSVPs for Friday night, and you had 165 people show, so y'all are flexible.
Yeah, we can deal with it.
Van,
But-
thank you so much for being on with
My
us
pleasure.
today. Folks, I better see y'all across the street from the Red Ribbon at the museum Saturday, starting at 4
Yes.
o'clock. Van, thank you so much. And
my
Van
pleasure.
will be there with his craft beer.
I'm going to bring a few. I've
He's-
got about
he's gonna bring
30
some.
gallons. That,
Cool. Okay, don't go away. We'll be right back. If you've noticed, we've reversed the program a little bit today because of our four-legged friends, so we'll be right back.
Get your pencil and piece of paper. We do this to keep you on your
First time I've ever had to
toes.
follow a dog.
Hello, I'm Robert Thompson. I'm a partner here at the law firm of Logan Thompson, and I've been practicing law for about 25 years. I focus primarily on complex litigation cases involving serious personal injury. To establish liability, it's important that we thoroughly investigate your case. And we're fortunate here at Logan Thompson to have a full-time investigator on staff. And once we establish liability, next we turn to the issue of damages. Under Tennessee law, you're entitled to be compensated for 5 elements of damages. The first is property damage, and then your medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering, and loss of enjoyment of life. If you or a family member have been injured in an automobile accident and would like to sit down and discuss with us what you're entitled to, please give us a call at your convenience. There's no charge for the initial consultation. I'm Robert Thompson with the law firm Logan Thompson, and we'd be honored to help you.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
And we are back, and haven't we had
are,
fun morning?
yes.
I mean, my goodness. First of all, we had Brene Wrestling Dogs, and then we had Aaron from Red Clay, and that is a wonderful, wonderful.
Please go down there. It's your last chance.
Support our state park. This will
Yes.
be the last Cherokee Days, but they will be having other events, because she did say they were going to have a powwow.
Yeah.
And she's going to try to get back on with us then. And then Van Deacon, who is a crafty.
He's a crafty brewer.
He's a craft brewer of beer for the brouhaha at the museum. Now, today is election day, folks. And
Go
so,
vote.
Smack your hands if you don't go vote. And
I voted.
I voted.
I did early vote.
Early vote. Now, I want to tell you that today, our local elections will be going on. And so WTNB will also be broadcasting live at 11 p.m. tonight from their WTNB studios, and they're going to have all the election results with Jim Logan. And they will also talk with several of the candidates that stop by. So 11 p.m. WTNB, which is what we are right now, you can see some of these candidates and either be congratulating them or let them tell you just why they think they didn't make it, bless their hearts. And we just feel for all these people.
It takes guts to run.
Oh, forever.
I mean, never put myself out there.
No, and a very clean slate to do it. So, all right, you got anything for us today?
I do. Dixie Day Spay on Airport Road is having a low-cost vaccine clinic. All vaccine, heartworm tests, deworming, and feline leukemia.
Get your glasses on then.
I know. I lost my glasses. These are my old readers. I am so upset. Anyway. Their vaccines, 3 years rabies vaccines are $10, and other vaccines are available at low cost. So that is Saturday, 9 to 1 p.m., no appointment necessary. And listen, folks, you need to get your dog's rabies shot. Well, you have to, that's a lot, but
right.
You need to get them spayed and neutered too. There's just too many dogs around.
Absolutely. And then all bikes welcome. Now this isn't this weekend, this is the 11th for Pokey's. It's going to start at Pokey's Saturday from 10 to noon, and it's the Dixie Dogs and Cats Poker Run.
Yes, that's a fundraiser for them.
And when they say bikes, they don't mean bicycles. They mean
well, no, she said they've had cars and bicycles.
Oh,
and
okay, good.
Any kind of vehicle.
So
just come on out.
it's $25 for 3 hands and a T-shirt, $10 for 1 hand, and you can call 618-2101 or 476-7122 and see about entering this and contributing.
Yes.
Because we know what Dixie Dogs and Cats do. So
yes,
we need to support them so that these animals are getting spayed and neutered.
Yes, and neutered, yes. And the Chattanooga Kennel Club Fun Match is going to be this Saturday at the Tri-State Exposition Center, and all dogs are welcome, purebreds, rare breeds, mixed breeds, any mutts, any kind of dog, and the entry fee is $5 per dog. So there'll be lots of information and activities going on, and food and drink will be available.
Now, what does your dog have to be able to do to be in there? Just behave better than Banjo did this morning?
I don't think Banjo's going to go.
You don't
Although they're going to have, there's a free handling class. Free handling class is offered prior to the competition.
Okay.
So.
And then what are we going to compete in? Does it say?
Yes, confirmation classes.
Oh, okay.
You know what they.
Yeah.
He could win a confirmation class. He was a cute little puppy.
He's cute puppy.
If you could get him still,
That's right.
have to
you
look
can
at
see
him.
Yeah, he's
Anyway,
moving real fast.
For more information, you can call Mary Menozzi at, no, this is send her an email. And it's MENOZI47@prodigy.net. So you can get more information from her there. And your purebreds don't have to be registered with AKC. So, yes.
Now,
I have one thing. In case you all did not read your banner and did not go through our Foothills Country Fair announcements of the winners, we have sitting with us Miss Nancy Kaysen, who won first place in the cross-stitch and or embroidered item event category. And did you do your Santa Clauses?
No, I entered my cross-stitch checkerboard.
Oh,
yeah.
How
Well, it's actually Flavis's cross-stitch checkerboard. I did it and donated to Cherry's Jubilee, and Flavis bought it.
How cool.
Thank you, honey.
Yes.
So,
he's such a sweetie.
So I entered it and very lucky won.
No, you're very talented.
Well, thank you.
If you haven't seen her cross stitch, go down to the Red Ribbon. She has this series of Santa Clauses that she has cross stitched over the years. And I know I won at the Chamber Coffee one time. It's a lavender Santa Claus, and it's not the original. It's a print.
Prints of.
Prints of, yeah. I don't blame her. I wouldn't give them for an arm and a leg.
The real ones are hanging in my house.
Yes, but it is absolutely gorgeous. As a matter of fact, it is so gorgeous. When my mother was alive was when I won it. We kept it hanging on the wall year round. Yeah. It is gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
love that. Okay, go ahead.
Now, United Way of Bradley County and Don Ledford Automotive Center, Mix 104.1, WCLE, and Cleveland City Schools and Bradley County School Systems ask you to stuff the bus.
Sounds like a plan.
That is school supplies for students in need so they can start the year well prepared. It is Saturday, that's the 4th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Don Ledford Automotive Center. And what you're supposed to do is the lists are posted at area schools that sell school supplies, or you can find a list of needed supplies at www.unitedwaybc, that's for Bradley County.com, and click on the news and events section, and it'll tell you what some of the needs are, because you really don't want to go buy a dozen of something and that's not what the kids are using. So
exactly.
That's Saturday from 10 until 2 at Don Ledford. So go stuff that bus so that we can help these kids. And while I'm on that, also, the school supply giveaway Saturday from 11 to 1 at Mount Olive Ministries. Free lunch, bicycle giveaway, a bicycle, not bicycles, a bicycle giveaway, inflatables, shaved ice, and other things. So they will have school supplies that they're giving away. And then the Refuge Community Center, which is located on Blythe Avenue at the old Blythe Avenue School, or at the old Blythe Avenue School, yes, not the new one. And they will be selling for $1 a backpack with all the supplies that your child needs for school. So that is Saturday from 2 to 4. So, you know, surely we will have enough supplies for
our
kids.
School kids, yeah.
If not, we'll come back and let you know about it.
That's right. Okay, dining with diabetes. The University of Tennessee Extension Office, Bradley County, you know, they do so much good. There's so much information
Boy,
there.
they do.
They are having a 4-week series. They'll have recipes to sample, and the classes will be held at the Extension building on 95 Church Street Southeast. For more information, you can call 728-7001, and they're open to people with diabetes, family members, friends, caretakers, and others just interested in healthy eating. And there's a registration fee of $30 for the first person and $15 for an additional family member, and that covers all 4 classes.
And y'all have heard us talk about who's going to get Grandma's yellow pie plate.
Yes.
These are wonderful classes that
Wonderful
they do.
classes, yes.
Upward Sports, First Baptist Church, registration deadline is August the 7th for Upward Soccer. Boys and girls ages 4 through 8th grade, and so call the Recreation Ministry Office 472-6222, Upward Soccer, because you may want to be involved in that.
Okay, I had that one too, so I'll just put it over there.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, First United Methodist Church, 3425 Ocoee Street, is having their annual rummage sale. The proceeds go to mission projects, and from what I understand, they have a plethora.
They do have a plethora. I've got to get my Cherries Jubilee girls over there. If any of you are awake this morning listening to this,
get over there and get some stuff for Cherries Jubilee.
That's exactly right.
And it will be tomorrow. No, it's Friday. So you can
tomorrow. Friday.
Tomorrow. Yeah. I thought you said if you're awake, get over there now.
Well, I will see if they could get over there to quick preview.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, fine. Anyway, Friday it's from 8 until 3 p.m. and Saturday it's from 8 until 2 p.m. and it's at the Christian Life Center. They have furniture, tools, clothing, housewares, books. They have everything.
Everything. I talked to Beverly Johnson yesterday, and she said can't do anything until I get this done. So, the farmers market this afternoon at First Street Square.
And this morning.
This morning at Peerless, and also this morning at Urbane Road. So, you know, we got farmers markets everywhere. And folks, on August the 5th, there is a community-wide block party at North Cleveland Baptist Church in celebration of its 75th anniversary.
Wow.
And it starts at 7. Come and enjoy games, inflatables, food, and fun with your family. North Cleveland Baptist is located on up the north end of Ocoee Street.
Okie dokie.
And we're about to end it up, folks.
I have one thing here.
All right.
Common Threads Quilt Club will sponsor their annual quilt show, and it's not until October, but you might want to get started on your quilts. And admission is $3, and then we'll give you more information later. But for more information, if you want to enter something, call Cordy Davis at 472-7523, or Ruth Phillips. You can email her at ruthep935@hotmail.com.
And we will have one of them on here with us coming up. You know, last week we had Pam Matthews.
Yes.
And with her beautiful, beautiful, beautiful quilts.
I know.
And so, folks, thank you so much. It's hot. It's going to be hot today, but that doesn't make any difference. You get out and vote.
Yes.
And 11 o'clock tonight, you listen to Jimmy Logan talking to the candidates on this very TV station. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week.
See you next week. Bye-bye.